This is a diagram that's meant to express how the ego process bubbles to the surface repeatedly across time and as or peaks in its expressions of its dynamics. So the suppressed or submerged ego or tribal energies and patterns express themselves through individuals in team process, collaborative process, organizational process, political process, social process, religious process, over and over and over again. And they have the effect that they do. It is in part an educational and evolutionary dynamic of our species. That said, sometimes there's application of conscious facilitation and egoless collaboration that gets applied to these ego peaks. And then they get dissolved so that they don't get repeated, or they get diminished so that if they peak again, it will be a less unconscious or egoic expression of the ego process coming upward. Now, if we look over to the right of the diagram, it says close to the same thing as it said on the left. That said, on the right side, we see the potential as time goes by for there to be what might be termed a cathartic crisis of the ego, where it doesn't continue to exhibit this sporadic bubbling up and across time and into expressions within relational space, team space, organizational space, or social space. There's a cathartic shift in individuals and in collectives to where the ego process is in big chunks dissolved cathartically. And just so we round out this discussion of these spiking ego dynamics across time, at the bottom we see suppressed or submerged ego and tribal energies and patterns. And below that, we say the sort of formless taproot energies that tend to vivify these karmic suppressed ego and tribal energies and patterns to where they express themselves within the social or team or collaborative or organizational or social or national or international space. So we wanted this dynamic to be understood, that if these ego developments and spikes are not met with application of conscious facilitation and or egoless collaboration, then there is no mechanism of their resolution or reconciliation. And what that means is that they're going to cyclically repeat like a skipping record over and over and over again across time. Are we making sense with this model of these energy and pattern and ego dynamics that operate at the individual and the tribal and the national and international levels and scales?